So this could be simply just a case of theft. Somebody was greedy, but it's really something more than that. It's about traumatizing women, traumatizing men, traumatizing people who came to Ms. Crooks trusting her.
What upsets me the most is knowing I'm not the only patient she did this to. I fear Ashley will never fully understand the impact she's had, not just on me, but every other patient she has affected. For patients that trusted her, that leaned on her, that needed her, and she failed us all in the worst possible way. Ashley stole so much more than just our money. For me personally, she stole my trust, she stole my confidence, and worst of all, she stole my safe space. The space where I went every week to talk freely and not be judged. That was all ripped right out from under me when I found out who Ashley really was, a criminal. From that moment on, I no longer had a place where I could express myself safely. And as someone who is dealing with severe depression, that really scares the out of me. My goal in pressing charges against her was never just to simply get my money back. It wasn't to drag her name through the mud or embarrass her. My goal was to stop her from ever performing these heinous acts again. I pray that no one else will have to experience what I've been through because of Ashley. I pray she will never do anything like this ever again. And I pray this trouble unit gets the help she needs. Thank you.
Hey, this case is about Ms. Crooks, but it's really about Danielle Wolf, Ms. Fama, and Ms. Warner, who opted, instead of coming before the court, to just get repaid and move on their way. But each of them did want to speak today. I told them they were not victims ultimately of the charge, so they're not here. But I want to acknowledge them, that they too wanted to be here, and they would have expressed exactly the same thing that Ms. Wolf would have told you today. That they are traumatized because the person that they trusted betrayed them.
Prior to a manic episode in fall 2021, I was a successful business owner and clinician, having spent 10 years in higher education and 7 years building a practice, where I helped hundreds of clients with their own mental health. It was challenging for me to accept my own decline in my mental health at the time, and was in denial of my need to ask for help. Therefore, I sought what I thought was help from online healers, and spiraled into a state of desperation where I engaged in unhelpful actions. In my state of Canadian denial, I lacked clear judgment and could ask for help. After being arrested for the fraud that I committed in 2021, I fully accepted the consequences of the failure. I was in a state of shock, denial, and post-traumatic stress that I imposed upon myself and others, desperately trying to maintain some semblance of a career. I should have closed my practice completely, but I tried to switch my business to life coaching because I did not want to abandon my clients that I had worked with for years. With that said, I was not in the right mental state. I was still struggling with my own mental health issues. I gave up my license to practice. I lost a career I spent over a decade building, lost friends, lost family. I also sold my home to pay off restitution in full. Within 2 months of being sentenced into PTI, I was fired from the job I had when entering into PTI after articles about me were sent to my employer. I moved out of state not to run from my actions, but to attempt to recreate a life worth living after fully losing the will to live, which to me was the greatest consequence of all. I have learned to slowly accept support from others that see me for who I am, not for what I've done, as it is still difficult for me to see me for who I am in spite of my emotions. The grief, guilt, and remorse that I carry with me and feel each day is crippling, as it should be. In the winter of 2022, and for me, the entirety of 2023 into 2024, I attempted to rectify this complaint we are here for today, making many attempts to pay restitution in good faith. I no longer work in the mental health field. My life is completely different. Living out of state and trying desperately to create a life worth living, and I am prepared to take the consequence of probation and the continued criminal record out of attempt to make amends for all my past actions, as I will never be able to make direct amends to those occurred.
Anything else, Mr. Rosenberg?
No, Your Honor.